As Daredevil intervened to prevent Punisher from killing Kingpin, the criminal mastermind found himself facing justice within the legal system. Kingpin, stripped of his power and influence, was sentenced to a high-security prison. The victory for Daredevil was a testament to his commitment to the ideals of justice and due process. However, tensions between Daredevil and Punisher reached a boiling point. The philosophical differences in their approaches to crime fighting ignited a fierce conflict. The streets of Hell's Kitchen became a battleground as Daredevil, driven by his belief in redemption and the legal system, clashed with Punisher, who saw only the necessity of eliminating threats permanently. This internal hero struggle unfolded against the backdrop of a city grappling with the aftermath of the war against Kingpin. As Daredevil and Punisher engaged in a gritty and intense confrontation, Hell's Kitchen hung in the balance, torn between two vigilantes with opposing views on justice. As Daredevil and Punisher's conflict escalated, their clash sent shockwaves through the criminal underworld of Hell's Kitchen. The streets, once battlegrounds against Kingpin, now witnessed a different kind of war, one fueled by the ideological rift between the two vigilantes. Their intense confrontation led to fiery exchanges both in physical combat and heated debates on the nature of justice. Buildings and alleys became the backdrop for their relentless struggle, casting shadows over the city still reeling from the aftermath of Kingpin's defeat. Word of the clash spread like wildfire, drawing attention from both law enforcement and the criminal elements seeking to exploit the chaos. As Hell's Kitchen became engulfed in metaphorical flames, the outcome of Daredevil and Punisher's conflict would determine not only the fate of the city but the legacy of the heroes who once stood united against a common foe. As the conflict between Daredevil and Punisher raged on, two figures from their respective pasts stepped into the fray. Echo, driven by her loyalty to Daredevil and her history with Kingpin, sided with the man without fear. On the other side, Hawkeye, having encountered Punisher in the past and understanding his unique perspective, aligned himself with the ruthless vigilante. The battleground now featured a complex dynamic, with Echo and Hawkeye adding their skills and allegiances to the ongoing clash. Echo's mastery of martial arts and Hawkeye's precision with a bow and arrow elevated the stakes of the conflict. Each move and countermove deepened the divide, turning the confrontation into a dramatic and personal struggle for the soul of Hell's Kitchen. As the echoes of their battles reverberated through the city, the choice between Daredevil's unwavering commitment to justice and Punisher's brutal pragmatism hung in the balance, shaping the destiny of both heroes and the city they vowed to protect. Recognizing the escalating conflict between Daredevil and Punisher, Iron Fist, Luke Cage, and Jessica Jones rushed to intervene, attempting to quell the violence that threatened to tear apart Hell's Kitchen. Their attempts, however, proved futile as the clash between Daredevil and Punisher reached a point of no return. Despite their combined efforts to mediate and reason with the warring vigilantes, Iron Fist, Luke Cage, and Jessica Jones found themselves caught in the crossfire of an intense battle fueled by ideology and personal vendettas. The streets of Hell's Kitchen became a chaotic arena, with the clash of fists and the crackling of energy punctuating the air as the conflict escalated beyond anyone's control. With the city already embroiled in the fierce conflict between Daredevil, Punisher, and their respective allies, the sudden escape of Kingpin from prison threw Hell's Kitchen into unprecedented chaos. Recognizing the magnitude of the threat, the heroes, Daredevil, Punisher, Iron Fist, Luke Cage, Jessica Jones, Hawkeye, and Echo, were compelled to set aside their differences. Forced to confront a common enemy, the heroes reluctantly formed an uneasy alliance to track down and apprehend the escaped Kingpin. The tangled web of allegiances and hostilities among the heroes added an extra layer of complexity to the mission, but the urgency of recapturing Kingpin compelled them to work together. As they navigated the labyrinth of Hell's Kitchen, the heroes faced not only the physical challenges presented by Kingpin but also the internal conflicts that continued to simmer among them. The fate of the city hung in the balance as the unlikely coalition pursued the escaped crime lord through the labyrinthine streets, determined to bring an end to the renewed threat he posed. In a dark and gritty showdown, Punisher tracked down Kingpin to his hidden lair. The clash between the two forces was intense, with Punisher's tactical brilliance and unyielding determination pitted against Kingpin's raw power and strategic mind. In a surprising turn, Punisher managed to gain the upper hand. Exploiting Kingpin's vulnerabilities and outsmarting the crime lord, the battle ended with Punisher standing victorious over his fallen adversary. With Kingpin defeated and justice seemingly served, the city breathed a sigh of relief. However, the consequences of this decisive confrontation lingered, casting a shadow over Hell's Kitchen. Punisher's methods, though effective, left the heroes questioning the cost of victory and the moral complexities of their relentless pursuit of justice in the gritty streets they vowed to protect. In a tense and dramatic moment, Daredevil, driven by his unwavering commitment to justice, pursued Punisher as he closed in on Kingpin. The city's fate hung in the balance as the two vigilantes clashed on the darkened rooftops of Hell's Kitchen. As the heated confrontation unfolded, Daredevil pleaded with Punisher to reconsider the lethal path he was on. In a surprising turn, Punisher, amidst the chaotic battle, listened to Daredevil's earnest words. A moment of reflection and hesitation overcame Punisher, and he chose to spare Kingpin's life. The decision marked a pivotal moment in the conflict, showcasing the impact of Daredevil's moral compass on Punisher's relentless pursuit of justice. With Kingpin's life spared, the heroes were left to grapple with the challenges of redemption and the thin line that separates them from the criminals they vowed to oppose.